Hello, Sunny here. We are going to cover lesson 3 in music theory for guitar. We are going to continue to talk about intervals. Last lesson we talked about the octave. This lesson we're going to talk about another interval. And we want to cover perfect 4 and perfect 5th in this lesson and the next lesson because it's very important. There's a very important relationship between the octave, perfect 4, and perfect 5th. Now, if you recall, back in lesson 1, we talked about using the keyboard to show the notes. There are 7 white keys and 5 black keys, and the black keys are basically the sharps or flats. So if you think about it, there are 7 white keys, natural notes, and 5 sharp or flat keys. So that's total of 12 notes. So basically, as interval is the distance between 2 notes, we have 12 intervals, right? So, and we want to cover the 4th and the 5th because they're called perfect 4th and perfect 5th because those are 2 important intervals. So let's go over it. If you have a C note, let's just say if C is your note, what is the 4th note of a C? The easiest way to do it is it always the note right below it. So if you play the 3rd fret, which is a C on the A string, the 4th note is basically the 3rd fret of your D string. Alright? It doesn't matter where you are, you can move down to, let's start from the E note, which is 7th fret of the A, and the 4th fret would be the 7th fret of the string right below it, which is D. So it's 7th fret of your D string. Alright, if you play in the middle, you guys should play to open string. If you play open string A and D, open string A, and the 4th note of A is D. So those 2 strings. So if you're not sure what the 4th note is, you just play those 2, just put your finger and play 2 notes together. If you, let's for example right here, we are playing the G note, which is 5th fret of your D, and you know the 4th note is going to be C, which is the 5th fret of your G, because it's right below it, the note right below it. That is a rule applied to all the string except for the G and the B string. Remember, you have to always think that the last 2 string, the B and the high E string, you have to always think of them as 1 fret shift to the right. So if you playing 2 notes stack, if you play the note right below it as your 4th note on the outer strings, clearly if you play on the G string, since the B string is considered shift 1 fret to your right, so instead of playing the note right below it as your 4th note, you got to go 1 note over to be your 4th note of your interval. So for example, if I play 5th fret here on the G string, so instead of playing the 5th fret below it on the B string as the 4th, you need to move 1 fret over. Play the 6th fret of your B. So basically, F note is the 6th fret of your B string, and that's the 4th note of your C, which is the 5th fret of your G. You can move it up and down. Now, if you go back, now if you move down to the B string, let's say if you play the 5th fret of your B, you have to go back and play the 5th fret of your E string right below it to be the 4th. If you remember, both strings are shift 1 fret over to your right. So since both strings are shifting, so they're not changing. So you're still playing the same shape, just the note right below it. And you hear a lot of blues playing the last line. Just those 2 notes at the bottom 2 string. So again, fourth, perfect fourth. You can play any two notes right below each other. You can even play the first two string open E and open A, and that's a perfect fourth because A note, the open A is basically the fourth note of open E. So you just use one finger. You can just play perfect fourth. A lot of songs use perfect fourth in their songs and just play two notes chord. Basically just the interval. I mean, basically scales and chords are a bunch of notes stacking on each other in different distances. If you think about it, it's all just a bunch of intervals. So if you learn all your 12 notes and different intervals with it, so that's basically what music is all about. You just mix them differently. The combination becomes a melody, and you turn it into a song. So, for example, one of the Iron Maiden song, 2 Minutes to Midnight, is a perfect four chords. Right. So you basically playing just you play the open A and you play the two notes, perfect four 2-note chord. 5th fret position, 7, 2. Another example is Man on a Silver Mountain by Rainbow. Richie Blackmore does a lot of this stuff. Again, just 2-note chords, perfect fourth. I Don't Know by Ozzy. No 2-note chord. A lot of songs are using 2 notes on perfect fourth. So that's the interval. I'll stop right here for now, and next lesson we'll cover perfect fifth. And that's basically just power chord. But it's really important to understand the relationship between octave, perfect fourth, and perfect fifth, because when you develop chord progression, you have to understand those 3 notes, how they interrelate with each other. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching.